Hey friends, Vito Wolf here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to our farm and welcome in our dining room. In this video I want to talk a little bit about food preservation, especially fermentation, which I really like, and it's a really cool and easy thing everyone can do at home. As I am German, I love cabbage, of course, and everyone in the world knows we Germans love sauerkraut. And sauerkraut is just one vegetable you can ferment, or one food you can ferment. There are so many other possibilities around. And that's just a small example of which edibles we preserve on our farm. That's also kind of a sauerkraut here. And this is a kimchi. The Koreans have a great tradition of fermented food. This is with cabbage and onions, and this kimchi here is with pumpkin. It's called hobak kimchi, and it's made with pumpkin and spring onions and kohlrabi and cabbage, of course. So you can ferment onions. I just made these to put them on the burger or over other dishes, for example. And this is my dill kraut, sauerkraut with dill. And you see it's almost eaten because we love to eat it not cooked, but straight out of the jar, because it's the healthiest method you can consume microbacteria from fermented edibles. And this one here is a red cabbage. So it's a red sauerkraut, if you might call it that way. And here we have knob celery. And you can, that's an experiment. I never tasted this, but these are fermented lemons. And this recipe is from Morocco, I guess. And they are not finished yet. They have to stay a while on the shelf, but I'm very curious how they turn out. Yeah, and today we make or we butcher this cabbage, and maybe I can integrate some Finnish knife to it for the knife lovers out there. And then yeah, for my wife I do some fermented carrots, because she loves that as a snack for work. And yeah, I show you today how we do it, and maybe you have your own experience, and would love to see in the comments if you like it, or what is your experience with fermented food, and what you think. So yeah, hang on. I would recommend to buy organic carrots, organic vegetables, because you can just clean it up, and you can use them without peeling it. On the surface of the vegetables there are these important bacteria, microbacteria we need, lactic acid bacteria and others, natural yeasts, and we need that for the fermentation process. So I recommend buying organic food. So it's very easy. We just take our carrot and just cut off the tip, and then we just grate it very rough. What we need now is a scale, because we want to know the weight of the vegetables to calculate the salinity. So we have carrot netto weight of 472 grams. To start the fermentation process, we need a salinity around 2%. It doesn't matter if it's 1.5 or 2.5, but make sure you are around 2%. So with 472 grams, we need around 9 grams of salt. 9 or 9.5. So All right. It also does not make a difference which salt you use. I have this pink crystal salt. I also have sea salt or um, Salinic salt from Denmark. It's your personal taste. So what we do now is just mix the carrot pieces with the salt and put it aside for a while so it can the moisture or the liquid in the cells can come out through with the help of the salt. Meanwhile, we can butcher our cabbage for the sauerkraut. And just take the outer leaves from it. All right, and now our wood jewel bear lauku comes to action. So there we are. The smaller half is for the stew today, and from the other one we make sauerkraut. First thing is cut out the stem or the root, or I don't know how you call it. Strunk. In German it's the strunk. You can also grate it, but I just like to cut it in thin stripes. Many people complain about Scandinavian knives or Scandinavian grind knives when it comes to food prepping. But honestly, I really like it. And especially these Finnish blades from Lorin Metalli in Finland. This knife brand is Wood Jewel, but they use blades from Lorin Metalli. And they make the blades for many Finnish knife brands. And it's an 80 CRV2 knife steel. And you can get them really, really sharp. So as with the carrots, we need to get the weight of the cabbage. And this is around 900 grams. So that means we need around 18 grams of salt, and for this one I take sea salt. All right. And same with the carrots, we just give it a good short massage. Especially the cabbage works best when you crunch it, so the salt can get the water out of the cells, and the cells can break out, because we need the liquid of the cabbage itself. Fermentation is also possible with the brine. So I have an example. For example, with these carrot sticks, or here I have a chili sauce which is fermenting in a brine. So now we put that aside and look on our carrots. So you see they become really soft and moist. You can pay a shitload of money for special fermentation jars, and but I mostly use just simple old jars. This one is was for jam, for example, and as long as the lid is not damaged and you make sure you clean it up properly, you can use these perfectly for your fermentation goods. So yeah, I also have some bigger jars I bought for fermentation process, but if you have small amounts of vegetables you want to preserve, then these jars are absolute perfect for that. So now we just fill our grated and salted carrots in it, and after every layer we push them down so the water from the carrots comes out, so we have a brine for it. And I just use a in this case a plastic jar for it. So next layer. Well, there you can see how the carrot juice comes out. So now important for a successful fermentation process is you want the surface of the edibles in the brine and no contact to the oxygen or the air around at all. So you need to push down the vegetables so it can't have any contact to the surface. You can use these ones here. This is a so-called Procello. You can buy them for a few cents in the store. This one does not fit in this jar, but I also have these glass weights, and I use this glass weight for this now. And you can see when you push that down, the carrot juice comes up, and then I just put the lid on it and put it aside, and it's ready for fermenting. So now the second jar is finished. Yeah, perfect. So 4 thick carrots make 2 little jars of fermented carrot salad. Now we put these aside for the next 3 days on a warm place when it starts fermenting, and then after that we store it on a cooler place, and it needs at least a week or two, and then it is really tasty and good for eating. Now to our sauerkraut, I use this glass jar with this, how do you call it, bale closure or something? Ein Bügelglas in German. The cabbage needs to be really soft, because when we push it in the jar, we don't need any air inclusion. I mean, you can use your clean hands, or you can use a wooden stomper or something, or a glass which fits inside the jar. And it also doesn't matter whether you add some spices, some herbs, onions. You can do it however you like. In this case, I just make it plain and simple, just with salt. By the way, when you taste your raw fermenting good, and it tastes good in this state, then it would also be great when it's finished. That, my friends, is the true healthy convenience food. It's just cabbage and salt, nothing else. When you realize at the end that there's not enough liquid to cover the fermentation good, then you can add a 2% brine, just water and salt, or in this case you can add a small sip of white wine or something, or even vinegar. What I do now is I take a leaf and I put that on the surface so the fine cutted cabbage can't swim on the surface. And then I just use one of my glass weights. There we are. And yes, it is really that simple. You just need vegetables and salt, and you can do your own canned food, your own preserved food. And it doesn't matter if you live on a farm, if you live in a small apartment in the middle of a city or somewhere else. Everyone can do that. And I mean, look at me. Obviously, I'm not a fitness pope or something. And most time of my life, I really ate shitty junk food. I smoked too much. I'm clean with smoking for 3 months now. But since 2 or 3 years or so, my wife and I, we really appreciate this kind of nutrition. And we try to grow our own foods. We experimented the last years. And this year is our first full gardening season. And we are not experts at all. And we are still figuring out how it works. But our goal is to grow our own foods, to become independent from the food industry, because honestly, all that cheap, oversweetened, oversalted, overfattened shit we consume every day, it's not good for us, and it's not good for the planet. And so everyone can do his share. Just watch what you buy, and pay attention on what you buy. And yeah, maybe some people think it's so complicated to make your own food preservation, but it's really easy. You just need to start. You just need old jam jars, salt, and a knife and vegetables, and you can enter the full world of fermentation and food preservation. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and please let me know in the comments what you think about fermented foods. Or is it is it good for you, or would you say, oh no, I'm not the kind of guy who eats that? And yeah, I'm also open for critics anytime. Please feel free to comment. I'm looking forward to read it, and we see you later.